Today I'm going to show you how to easily upgrade paddle shifters in your newer BMW. This installation procedure is very similar across all the newer BMWs out there. But before you do any of that, make sure you disconnect the battery. In my case, the battery is located in the trunk. To access it, I have to use a little hook tool to lift out the platform, which reveals the battery, then use a 10mm wrench to undo the negative terminal, lift it up, but put a towel in between so it doesn't accidentally reconnect. Then before you walk away, make sure you stick a towel in the hinge of the trunk, just in case you don't accidentally lock your trunk while the battery is disconnected. And I like to wait 15 minutes after I disconnect the battery before I jump into anything related to the airbag. Next, we have to remove the airbag, which is held using these two clips, which can be undone by pushing these little areas here. Now, this airbag has never been removed, so this area is actually covered by leather. But what you do is you grab a little pin tool, you punch a hole in here, and then you can use your T20 Torx tool, which is the same tool you're going to be using to undo the paddle shifters. You stick it in there and you find a spring and you press it until this side of the airbag pops out. Okay, we just heard it click, but don't go pulling the airbag just yet because you have to disconnect it. Up here you have this little plug. The easiest thing to do is to grab a flathead screwdriver, press it and pull at the same time, and it should come out. And this is why I prefer the round end, because you can easily push this spring which unclips the airbag. Now with the airbag removed, it is a good idea to take a photo of what this looks like, because you have to move some wires out of the way. You want to put them back the same way. We're going to start with the left one. You have this blue connector which needs to be removed out of the way so we can unplug the original shifter. It is sitting in this rubber section and you just pull on it. And after you pull on it, you are able to disconnect the two wires. And to disconnect it, you press really hard on this end, then with your other hand, hold this end and it will simply disconnect. Once it disconnects, you will look for a T20, which is located down here. It's kind of hard to see, but you undo this one T20. You don't have to completely remove the screw because we're going to be reusing it. So once the paddle shifter is loose, you simply tug on it and remove the paddle shifter. Then you grab your new one and again, snake it from the back. This is what it looks like. There's only one area where you can snake it from. Snake it back and tighten the T20. Leaving this T20 in place saves us a couple of minutes. Now that it's tightened, we can reconnect the plugs, and don't worry, there's only one way you can connect them. And put them back where they belong by sticking them in this rubber holder. Just like that. Now for a point of reference, this thing has a little visor. That visor should be pointing this way. This is how I remember it. I want to put it back on and the wire sort of goes above it. You're going to do the same thing now on the other side. We're going to use a screwdriver because this plug is sitting a little deeper. So what you do is you get a flathead and just basically guide it out of where it's sitting. But again, make sure you know how it's positioned. Simply guide it down. And see, it simply comes out. Here, I wanted to walk you through my pain. I'm having trouble disconnecting it. Many people will not show you this. I wedged it in and I had to push it out. This one was stuck there for good. Again, so what I did was I took this little tiny pick tool, I put it in, and I kind of pushed it out like that. But now that it's disconnected, again, you see there's a T20 here, and pay attention to which way you're snaking the wires out. See, it's between this wire and this set of wires here, because you want to put them back in the same way. So T20 goes in, and now you can push the flap out. There we go. And you can snake the new one, position it in place in the back and tighten it. After you've tightened it, you connect the wires, and we're going to be pushing it back in. Everything is out of the way, and then you finally push this cable out of the way. We're almost there. Grab the airbag, reconnect it by plugging it up here. Just make sure it clicks. There we go. You can tug on it a little bit just to make sure it fully clicked. Then make sure the airbag is lined up with the holes. When it is, you simply push it in. And you're good to go. The very last step is to reconnect the battery, but that takes a couple of seconds. After you do that, you are good to go. Every single tool that I use, I'm going to link in the description. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye. How could I not show my face? What's up, people? So yeah, these paddle shifters feel absolutely amazing. I love it. I actually love the fact that they're OEM. I like the fact that they're carbon fiber, because we're going to be installing the M Performance carbon fiber trim, which will not necessarily match with the trim that this car has, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Thanks again for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.